One thing that a lot of people are always asking me is how do I get started using Notifier for Reddit? What tips do you have for me that can help me use it more effectively? So this tutorial is going to be a longer walkthrough of all of the main Notifier for Reddit features currently. And then there's going to be some smaller videos that cover each of these in a shorter format. The key concept with Notifier for Reddit is that you create searchers. And a searcher is like a little robot, you can think of it, that's out there searching Reddit for whatever that you tell it to search for. So, I'm going to get started by adding a searcher. And for this first example, we're going to start very simply. So in my search string field, I'm going to type in the words hello Reddit world with an exclamation point. And the next option you have to select is whether you want this search string found in posts or comments or both. I'm going to keep both selected. Now with the case sensitivity, that simply means if it's lowercase, is it going to try to match this exact string with a capital H here, a capital R under Reddit, etc. So I do not want case sensitivity for this example. For the notification interval, daily means that you'll get notified a summary email once a day. And that summary email will contain all of your results. The other option, which is what I'm going to select for this example, is to do instant. And that will instantly send you an email when this search term occurs. The next option is to choose whether you want to include only certain subreddits or if you want to search everything except or excluding certain subreddits. For this simple example, I'm just going to keep it at none. Now I'm going to click add. And so now our new searcher is active and searching Reddit currently for this string for us. Now, it's unlikely that this string would actually occur in Reddit, although it's possible. So in order to make this happen, I'm going to go over to this test subreddit. I'm going to copy this. I'm going to now go to my test subreddit. We can make a new post here. Now, it's important to mention that Notifier for Reddit will find text if it's both within the subject or the title of the post, as well as the body. So you can put it either way. You don't have to put it in both. Now, I am going to click post. Now my email has just shown up. It says that my searcher for hello Reddit world has found a new post. And here is that post. So it tells you the time in UTC that that event occurred. It also tells you the string that your searcher is searching for. It tells you the subreddit. And then it tells you if it was a post or a comment. And then it gives you the actual content, the raw HTML content of that post. You can immediately view it on Reddit by clicking on the button. And there it is. Now, as I said before, and just to illustrate this is searching for both posts and comments. So if we go right back to our test post. And if we just type in hello Reddit world as a comment, we should get an example. We should get an email for that. Okay, and there is our new email. Your searcher for hello Reddit world found a new comment. And once again, you can click on it in order to get taken to that exact comment. Now, if you want to make changes to your searcher, you can do that as well. I'm going to go back to the Notifier for Reddit dashboard. Then you can click on Edit. And from here, you can change anything about your searcher. So one thing that Notifier for Reddit supports is Boolean operators. So let's say we found out, we investigated, and we realized that we don't want to search for hello Reddit world. We also want to search for something else that has to appear in that string. So if we type in and this will now only match a string whenever both hello Reddit world exclamation point and hello other world exclamation point are in that bit of text. So I am going to copy this new requirement, save. And in order for this to key off now, we would need a comment with both. And there is the alert email. So that is how Boolean and operators work in Notifier for Reddit. You will notice that we also support Boolean OR operators. And the way they work is it will return either match. So if I type in or, has to be in capital letters, that's very important. If you type in or in between these two search strings, it will notify you if you get hello Reddit world exclamation point, or if it has hello other world exclamation point. Now let's talk about including or excluding subreddits. Right now, with our original search term of just hello Reddit world, this will key off whenever it occurs anywhere in any subreddit on Reddit. Now, this may not be helpful for you because maybe you only want to monitor a certain subreddit. The way you can do that with Notifier for Reddit is by selecting an include or an exclude. So what you'll want to do is select an include. I am going to get the name of this subreddit, the actual name. You can get it from just copying this. Or even easier, sometimes it's just a copy from the URL. So I'm going to copy NFR_test. I'm going to put that in the include subreddits field. And keep in mind that it is currently case sensitive. If you want to include multiple subreddits, you just separate them with spaces. And there can be a space between the comma or not. So you separate them with commas, and then you can put a space or no space. It does not matter for that. So that is how the inclusion works. With excluding, you select exclude, And then this searcher will search all of Reddit and create a match if that search term occurs, except if it's in this current subreddit that you've entered in here, or subreddits. Another great thing you can do with Notifier for Reddit is you can follow any subreddit that is public any new post or comment even in that subreddit, you will get notifications of it. So to do that, we're going to use the star operator. So as an example, I'm going to come back up to our original search term. I will delete it. I'm going to type in star, which means everything. I want to get notified for any posts or comments in this subreddit, so I'm going to do both. It knows that we've entered in the star character, so it knows that we have to do an include, basically. So for the subreddit, it's already got NFR test in there, so I will keep that in there, and that's good. I'm going to save the edit. Now I am going to go back to our example subreddit, and I'm just going to make any comment here. And there is our new notification that has shown up in the inbox. Tells us of the comment, what the text was, just like everything else. So finally, let's talk about how a method for effectively using Notifier for Reddit. What I think you should do is build your search terms iteratively. And what I mean by that is you start with something broad, and then you find ways to narrow it down as you notice that the results you're getting are not relevant to what you're looking for. As a simple example, suppose you wanted to find or get notified whenever the note-taking app Notion was mentioned on the internet. What you would first do is set up a broad match, right? Just the word Notion, and you would probably do both post and comments. You would start with a case sensitivity of false, and then an instant notification interval, and then probably none for the include or exclude. I'm going to save that. What you will find, though, very soon is that you're going to start getting notifications that are much too broad. With the case sensitivity set to false, you're going to notice that you'll get, text strings where people mention, I have a notion of this, or just that normal word in English, right? So what you can do at that point is you adjust and build iteratively on this searcher. So maybe you want to only include certain subreddits, because maybe you found some relevant subreddits where when that keyword occurs, that means that it means this concept of the Notion note-taking application, right? So you could take that approach, or you could take the approach of excluding certain subreddits, where you know that maybe there's a subreddit that is about the word Notion, and for whatever reason you want to exclude that and only get all other matches that will probably be the Notion application on Reddit. Another approach you can take is to vary the case sensitivity matching. Now, one thing I've noticed is that most of the times where the word Notion is used and where it's not referring to the note-taking application Notion, it will be lowercase. So if you make it an explicit uppercase match with the first letter being capital N, by doing a case sensitivity of true, then you're much more likely to get matches that are what you're actually searching for. And finally, another great approach you can take is to use Boolean operators to kind of further narrow down your matches. So if I'm searching for Notion and I'm worried because I'm getting matches on the regular English usage of the word Notion, I can add in a Boolean operator of and and maybe say something like notes or app, tool, something like that. And that'll help narrow down my results and make them more relevant to what I'm searching for. Finally, what I recommend everyone do, and I probably should have mentioned this at the beginning of this tutorial, but what I recommend everyone do is to create your own example subreddit, or you can feel free to use this one, NFR_test. Create that subreddit and use it to test out how the tool responds to your search terms, because you want to make sure you're keyed in and that things are behaving as you expect. So create your own subreddit, test out the tool to make sure your matches are happening as you expect, and you'll be a lot more successful with using it.